all my pilots? How you guys all doing? Sorry, guys. My brother's having some difficulties. His mic, I don't know if Marcus is playing. Marcus,
yeah, I'm playing. I'm messing with you, Serge. But we can't hear you, Michael.
Can you all hear us now? Hey, Marcus.
Yo, brother. Yeah. So what everybody in the chat doesn't know is earlier in the pre-show, Mike, his voice was out of sync with his video, and Sergio and I were having a great time laughing at him.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, let's welcome in the chat. We have Jack Robbins, FPV. Welcome in. Roseburn, FPV. Craig Pittman. John Coopy. What's up, John? We have Matt Bagwell. Welcome in. We also have Autel Drones. Welcome, Alco. Ishima. We have Maddie. TJ, welcome in. We have also Charles and Andrea Mateo. Welcome in. Max Air 420. Welcome in, buddy. We have Mike. And then we have who else is in the chat here?
Ron Brown.
Pretty much
Ron Brown is here.
Oh, Ron Brown's here. Welcome in, Ron. Yeah. Let's bring Maddie and Ron Brown.
What'd I miss?
What's up, man?
Sergio and I have been having a great time making fun of Michael.
Oh, damn it. I missed it. Hi, Ron.
Hello, Matt. How are you tonight? How's the weather in sunny Florida?
Well, you tell me. It's supposed to be 33 degrees in the morning.
Well, I've got I'm at 32 and I've got about maybe almost an inch of snow down.
Oh, you can keep it.
Hey, Maddie, I went for a 2-mile walk this morning. It was 17 degrees.
Wow.
17 degrees, brother.
It's cold in Chicago.
Never got above about 28 here today.
Well, I'm blaming these cold spouts on you guys because you're just shooting it down here.
Yeah, you're lucky, Matt.
That's what she said.
Yeah, just get rid of that weather by the time I get there for the Great Florida Drone Meetup, though, Maddie. Kick that weather out of town.
It was cold in March last time we did one.
Well, it was just windy. I don't know. It wasn't really cold. It was just windy.
It's cold to me. I'm walking around with a hoodie on. This is how I walk around South Florida now. I walk around with my hoodie on.
You want me to send you a
man. Welcome, JK. Welcome in.
Holy cow.
So anyways, guys, let's talk about the updates for the Autels and the DJI. So,
Steve Gardner's in the chat. Can you believe that?
Wow. What's Steve up in the middle of the night, Marcus?
I don't know. He must be. He must
not be feeling well. He's up this late watching us talk.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Sergio.
You okay, Mike? Everything's all good?
Mike.
He's not going to talk. You're not going to talk now, are you, Mike?
Can you hear us?
Mike. He said,
wait.
Boy. Oh, he's trying to fix something here.
Oh, boy.
So what you guys think about the updates? Did you guys do any updates for the Autel and the DJI Mavic 3?
I think Mike is wanting us to wait. I'm not sure. Yeah,
he got him both.
He's shaking his head once is the wait.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a primer. It was update week around here. I was updating like you'd ever seen.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Ron, you haven't seen an update till you tried to update that Autel.
Will you do 15 minutes for each battery
or more? Every battery, it goes through the whole.
Well, Marcus, when you're waiting for Mavic 3 satellites to come and do those updates.
Yeah.
Got plenty of free time then.
Ron, you're the best, Ron.
It really takes that long. It really takes that long to do an update on every battery?
Yeah,
Really?
on the Autel, yeah.
Well, tell them, Marcus, what with the dumb thing, Autel doesn't have their software down. When it does a battery, I've seen the same thing happen to Evo 2 Pro. So that's the Autel issue. When you put another battery, it just doesn't do the battery. It updates the whole drone again.
Oh man, that would
And the
cause me
Evo 2 Pro did the same thing. So
That would-
Autel hasn't learned a lesson in over a year.
that would cause me to throw that drone through the wall. I don't have the patience for that.
Well, especially if you had the Autel Care refresh.
Yeah. Matty, I'd have been fine with it had it improved the drone.
Yeah, like if it changed something.
Yeah.
So you do it for all you're doing really, all it changed was numbers.
I lost about half the video when I was flying out over the canyon. What I figured out is when you zoom with that drone, as soon as you zoom back to 1x, it quits saving video to the SD card. It'll still show that it's recording in the app. So the problem is you don't even know it, right? You don't even know that you're not saving video.
Well, that's just peachy key there, Marcus.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before. Holy crap!
Yeah, it happened a couple of times. Yeah.
Well,
Marcus, at least when you started saying you lost video, I thought at least you didn't lose your drone. You only lost the video.
No,
would have been upset.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, Ron. That's an important point because it was a almost windless day. It was very, very low wind.
Okay.
Had
a perfect day to fly.
Yeah. Had it been much wind, I would be very reticent to send that little Nano out over the canyon because I'd be worried about getting it back, and I'm not joking.
Yep.
Now, be totally honest, Marcus. Forget about camera or low light performance. Just as far as flying the thing, performance in the wind, and so how does it stack up against the Mini 2? Just for the sake of how would you say for comfort? Are you more comfortable with the Mini 2 out there? Or are you more comfortable with the Nano?
Oh well, now I would be way more comfortable with the Mini 2 out there because I know what it can do in the wind. The Nano, I mean, the smallest little wind, I mean, it slows it down to nothing. And we know of enough people that have actually had the drone get blown away that, yeah, I would be.
Well, Matt, it's a good thing he didn't have that Nano at the Great Florida Drone Meetup last year. That thing, Mark Fisher would have had to rescue that along with the FPV drone.
It'd be gone. But let me give you the upside. The flight controls on that little guy are top notch. It flies beautifully.
So if you were flying indoors, it would be a precision instrument.
Well, on a windless day, and in fact, that day that I flew it, I had fun. I had a fun flight. I mean, I enjoyed flying the drone. It's just I still had some Jello in the video at different times, and then
free Jello, no extra charge.
Free Jello, and I don't know if you see it. The first thing I did was I tried to fly the drone right into my chest.
Yeah.
And I could have.
I love that obstacle avoidance.
Oh, it works whenever the hell it wants to.
Well, and the thing is, so people have said that, well, okay, when it's looking into the sun, it gets confused. The problem was the day I flew it there, it was a gloomy day. There was no sun to be seen. So
even if it did have problems going into the sun, that shouldn't be a problem for us.
Exactly. It's still what that means is. Well, I think we talked about this the other day, didn't we, Maddie? I mean, so people, I got that previous video I did. I got a lot of criticism from people when I was trying to fly it into the back of my Tahoe. They said, well, it's a reflective surface and it's dark. And well, yeah. So what you're telling me is the obstacle avoidance doesn't work. So,
doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that's driving me nuts watching Nano Plus videos is that damn horizon tilt. That is all over the place.
I hate the horizon tilts, man.
Yeah, that's kind of that's a FEMI deal. Actually, I'm telling you, I don't think it was too bad on this last flight.
It wasn't. It wasn't at the canyon.
Yeah.
No. I noticed it when you were at the park, and then who had it really bad is Philly Drone Life on his last flight.
Right. Yo,
wow.
I thought he was flying that PV drone at one point.
And he kept jerking it back and forth to try and get it to straighten out, and it would just go the other direction. It was really bad.
The image coming out of that camera is amazing.
Yeah, but
as long as there's no jello, it looks good.
The image is great as long as there's no horizon tilt and no jello. But once you add those into it, the image just becomes unusable.
That's a lot of ifs there.
So
yeah.
The way I describe that, Maddie, is I say the drone has moments of brilliance.
Yeah.
There are times when you look at it and you go, "Holy cow! This is a 249-gram drone, and it produces an image like this." And then other times you see a bunch of wiggles and
so pretty much when it's on the landing pad.
There's times it's weird. No, there are times that it looks pretty good, right? I mean, it looks.
Yeah.
You ever see the guys that fly real slow, so there's no wiggle when they're filming, so they don't get the jello? You wonder why? You wonder watching videos. Why's that guy barely moving the drone? And you figure, okay, yes, he's trying not to get any jello.
Trying not to get jello. Yeah.
I guess it's just the way they have it, the gimbal suspended. You think? I don't know.
Boy, I hope it's not mechanical. I hope it's software because it's mechanical. Everybody's already bought it so far. Probably a SOL.
Well, you guys have heard the latest big blow up about the drone. In fact, John Coopy made me aware of it. And Ross Langdon made me aware of it as well.
The speed.
Yeah, the speed. So what happened was. Ken Booth is an Autel tester, and he runs the Autel Facebook page, and so he he thought he had some inside information. Well, I think he actually is on the payroll. Don't quote me on that because I don't know that for certain, but he said that they were going to do a firmware update that would get it up to that 15 meters per second, and then he himself.
Marcus, how much is 15 meters in miles per hour?
That's about 32, 33 miles an hour.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And he himself then had to retract that statement because the engineers got back to him and said, no, we're not going to do that. 13 is it. Now, I know of nobody, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody get that drone faster than 12 meters per second. Which is about 27 miles an hour.
Yep. That becomes a big problem in windy areas, windy places, because if you can't get it to go against the wind, you're not going to get it back.
Right.
And isn't it true? Did somebody make a video where they put it in cinematic mode, like standard mode and sport mode, and like it was almost no difference between some of the modes?
That's exactly right, Ron. So in standard mode, it will fly at 10 meters per second. Then you put it in sport mode and you get another 2 meters per second. So it's kind of what's the point?
Yeah.
33.5 miles per hour for 15 miles per second.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not a kind of a sport flyer or whatever. It's definitely not the drone for a Corvette guy, huh?
Well, the thing is, when you buy a mini drone, you better not think you're getting a speed demon because you're not gonna. Although
we'll sport by the Mini 2. I bet you the Mini 2 pops it over 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, you know what the fastest mini drone is? The FEMI State Mini.
Oh, FEMI, okay.
Oh, and that little drone will haul the mail. I'm pretty sure I've had it up to 17, 18 meters per second. Something like that. So
that's if you get one that works.
Well, that's the problem with that.
Mine can't make it from one side of the park to the other. But
I was having that. It's funny you mentioned that, Ron. I had that discussion with John Coopy earlier today, and basically, what he was saying is, do you think that FEMI treated you differently because you have a YouTube channel? I can say almost unequivocally yes.
Yep.
They kept sending me drones until I got one that worked and could make a video saying that, hey, this drone works.
Hey, Bob Casey says in chat the Mini 2 gets the 40 miles per hour the other day for him.
He probably was going with the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going with the wind, I'm sure.
Yeah. And he says, we're in America.
42 miles per hour, not 16 meters per second.
Per second.
I can't read meters.
Who said that, Jack Rabbit?
Yeah, Jack Rabbit said that.
Oh, okay. Because when I was in what do you call it, middle school or whatever, they were teaching metric system for a couple years before they gave up and we went back to the imperial system.
Well, and our military still uses it, so if it's good enough for the U.S. Army, it's good enough for me.
Absolutely, right?
Who always said good enough for military work or whatever?
Yeah. No, the truth behind that is when our military, when it was critical for them to be working with NATO, then they converted some of the things they do to metric.
Yeah. Hey, just a pre-note. I'm not here to bust on Autel. I really hope Autel gets all these issues worked out. I mean, I'm a big supporter of Autel. In fact, we're busted on the Nano, but I believe the Light and the Light Plus, their bigger drones, are working very well for the most part for a lot of people.
The Light Plus is doing really good.
We've talked about this before. I mean, it's unheard of for a company to release 2 drones at the same time. I mean, like this or whatever, and actually 4 drones if you want to count the basics and the plus things or whatever. So they really bit off a lot, and they got the better drone, the Light Plus. I think they've got that pretty well running out of the gate. Every drone needs some firmware updates to tune things up. So again, not busted on Autel at all. Have the Evo 2 Pro, love it. So again, folks, I'm not really taking swipes at Autel, just pointing out things that testers have reported.
Ron, it is in all of us here that are drone enthusiasts. It is in our best interest for Autel to be succcel. So, I'm pulling for them.
Yeah. I have a big issue with the price. If it's for $950, it better work.
Yeah, it's too much. I think it's a little too much.
If you have an issue with it, how do you think I feel?
I don't know how you feel because I just didn't. I wasn't going to buy it.
Hey, I've come up with a little bit of theory. You guys see what you think on this. Like, the Mini 2 is probably the most sold drone in America. Whatever, more people have Mini 2s than maybe anything else, right?
Yep.
And I did a little survey, and the survey came back real strong that the big reason that's as popular it is isn't because of 250 grams. Because again, we know in the U.S. if you pay your $5 to register your drone, that doesn't mean anything because you got to follow all the same exact laws as you would with a bigger drone. It's the price that drove the sales of that thing, not the 250 grams. No, so I think Autel didn't read that market research, right? And they thought what's going to sell the Nano is that 250 grams, and they didn't care about making the price high. I think I'm just guessing here.
You could be right.
The Mini 3 will come in less than the Nano Plus, and that'll make it sell better because it's less money.
Ron, here's where I'll kind of differ with you a little bit. Is I don't think it was necessarily made for us in the United States. I think they were looking at Europe.
You're referring to the Nano now.
Yeah, Canadian markets. Yeah. And what they were trying to do is offer a full featured product in that sub 250 category.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically, all my remarks previously was to U.S. customers. Yeah.
Then I 100% agree with you.
That is a great little backup drone. Really, it really is. The Mini 3 or the Mini 2 you can have in your freaking pocket.
Oh, of course.
If you need a backup drone, you just pull it out of your pocket. It's unreal.
Absolutely.
You know what?
When Billy and Kim were on our show, they were talking about like sometimes they're at the shoot and something's wrong with their pro drone and they pull the Mini 2 out.
Yeah.
The people like the real, if they're not standing there, they don't know that they
don't know the difference. Listen, I'll go you one better even, Matt, in that statement. The SE, because it uses the smaller controller, it's even more portable, and it's just so easy to pack that thing around.
Yep. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. I can't wait for the Mini 3.
Do you sacrifice the signal strength or range when you use that smaller controller on the SE? Is that the
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi version, yeah.
And when we were in Texas there, we were all having problems with signal, and that drone did as well. But I've had that drone out at the canyon, and it's just like the old Mavic Mini was. I mean, you could fly it out as far as you wanted to, further than you should fly a mini drone, and it did just fine.
Very true.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be flying it that far anyways,
Yeah.
especially as small as it is.
Right.
Well, that was the mini one. And Marcus, you got in trouble with out in the canyon where you had to do an emergency landing, right? That was the mini one.
No, sir, that was the Mini 2, and
Oh.
that was an interesting experience. That son of a gun was out of control, and I think it recovered due to nothing I did. It just happened to recover when I hit that return to home, and I sent it back to DJI, and they said that it had a bad motherboard.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Hal 900 Zigzag, what's up?
So
Yep.
jump off the Autel for a minute and go to the Mavic 3 because that last firmware update has really pushed that thing to the top, bro.
Frick, I love
Yeah.
that drone.
Eddie said he might join us. He gave me a thumbs up, so I don't know if he's going to be here tonight, but we'll see.
Good.
It has
You can give
really,
us an
really
experience.
pushed it up.
Man, I love
Yeah.
that drone.
They did it. I heard
Yeah.
they did a good job on that drone now.
Hey, I want to
Fixed a
shout
lot of
out
issues.
Greg Pittman too. Greg Pittman posted that video yesterday, I believe, from Spin Up.
Spin Up, yeah.
And the big
It was
part of
good.
it was everybody taking turns flying that Mavic 3. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, no, but to Maddie's comment, yeah, I mean, what can you say about this firm right there from Mavic 3? It put everything in there outside the slow satellite acquisition, which they still haven't solved. I mean, I can't say a bad thing. The rest of the drone's perfect now, for me anyways. My unit, Crooked Horizon is sometimes an issue. Perfect. I've never had the signal strength issue.
Eddie Lips.
Welcome in, my friend.
What's up?
Yes, my man.
What's going
Hey,
on?
Eddie.
What's up, Eddie?
What's happening, bro?
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
I gotta say I mean I don't know the specs on why the acquisition is so slow, but I've got to say it's got something to do with not having that GLONASS on it. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, Matt. Maybe because they took that off. Could be the issues of picking up those satellites.
I don't know.
But but Marcus could tell his story until this update. He had no problems with slow satellite, and our friend Ross Langdon over in Australia, he had no problems with slow satellite. So if it really is not having the GLONASS, does that mean that there's more of the Chinese satellites in different sectors of the world that some people, it's not a universal thing. It's not like it happens to everybody. Predominantly people on the East Coast of the United States, all the way up and down the seaboard, have the issue. But then people in other parts of the country or the world don't seem to have the issue. So,
well, there's not as many Chinese satellites out as there is Russian.
I had 26 satellites out over the canyon with it.
So what are you saying, man? We got more Russian satellites spying on the East Coast than the Chinese satellites?
We got more Russian satellites floating around up there than anything. Really.
So is GLONASS Russian?
GLONASS is Russian.
Are you guys talking about the Mavic 3?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So before the update, and I wish I would have filmed this, but before the update, I had a GPS lock in under a minute, always consistent. It was my fastest DJI drone to receive a GPS lock. Now that I did the update, it's taking on average like 2.5 to 5 minutes.
Okay, so something in the software got messed up.
Yeah, that's why I think this is more of a software issue than necessarily a hardware issue. I mean, the satellite thing, could be a thing that there's less Chinese satellites up there than Russian GLONASS. I don't know, but I think it can. I think it really can be somewhat solved through software.
Right. Yeah, I think so. It could be fixed mostly through software, But the GLONASS definitely, if you put the Air 2S right next to the Mavic 3, Mike did it. The Air 2S gets satellites like that.
Yeah.
So Eddie,
what was it?
When I was flying the other day, my first battery, it took me probably 3 or 4 minutes to get the 12 satellites to take off. But then when I landed it, put the second battery in, it was instant. I mean, it just had them instantly.
Yeah, it's because it had already been fired up in that location. So as soon as you put the battery back in, it re-picks them up.
Yeah. I was expecting that. I was expecting that for my second battery as well during my test, and it's consistent.
It didn't?
No. 2.5 to 5 minutes. Yeah, but maybe I don't know if it's because maybe I'm in a congested area with like tall buildings, etc. That's preventing it from like acquiring the GPS lock again, but consistently closer to 5 minutes now.
That's a bit of a problem, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's not necessarily a deal breaker for me though. I mean, I understand you can definitely like miss your shot if you're going after something and you see something, you got to get the drone up in the air. But I think, everything that was added on to the Mavic 3 outweighs, like, I can wait the 3 minutes for me. Those 3 minutes allows me, sometimes when you rush is when you have accidents. I've been prone to that where I'm rushing to get something. Like, for example, my first drone crash was I wanted to orbit this building that I've passed by. I was on vacation somewhere in Puerto Rico, actually, and I did an orbit in sports, and I didn't realize that the Hilton Tower was behind the thing that was orbiting, and I crashed right into the hotel room.
Oh no.
Wow.
So, just because I didn't pay attention to my remote and I didn't see that I had it in sports enabled. So I think, for me personally, I can afford to wait the 3 minutes. It allows me to dial in my settings. It allows me to just do some checks, dig into the menu and turn on that color assist. That's just me.
Yeah, the big issue is if you're a professional, right? If you're like, trying to get some real estate shoot or something else, then it would be a problem. But yeah, I totally agree. For me, it really isn't an issue. I can wait a couple minutes.
See, I almost have a routine now with the Mavic 3 where, I get to the location before I unpack anything.
Turn it on.
I get the Mavic 3 out and turn it on.
That's what I was going to say.
Before I get anything else out of the kit or whatever to go. So it's got a couple of head starts. I usually, still have to wait. Eddie just mentioned something a while ago about the color assist. I used it for the first time yesterday, Eddie. I put it in D-Log. I put the color assist on. And, this is just one time, so maybe just a user error on my part. I did not see the color assist correct the D-Log as much as it did on the Air 2S.
No, I'm laughing because the first time I went in there I went into the menu and I clicked it on and off, on and off, on and off. And I'm like, where is it? And then if you pay close attention, it is assisting. But I want to say, like, if I was in Premiere Pro or an editing software and you're increasing those sliders, I want to say that the assist increases only 20% maybe, because it's still very, very flat. If you go back to your normal color profile, there are all your colors, your saturations, your contrast, etc. And the assist doesn't have that touch, those colors, if you will.
What I found, Eddie, when of course, I had the D-Log and I had it in Pro mode and I had it set the way I wanted to, and then when it looked so flat, I went back and hit the auto button. And when I put on auto instead of my customized settings, it did the LUT looked better. It had more of the things you just said, saturation, contrast, than when I had it on the Pro settings. It's the only thing I found that helped slightly.
Thank you, Lon.
What
did Lon send you?
Oh, did you get the parts for the DJI FPV?
Yeah, so this will mount on the controller.
Yeah, that's for the phone.
Yeah, so I'll probably give that a try.
Yeah,
and then he gave me some filters for it and a couple of eyeglass, and of course this is for his prescription. So, but I'll try it and see how it.
Yeah, why not? It doesn't hurt to give it a shot, right?
Right.
Yep.
Hopefully those help out with the goggles.
Anyway, I just wanted to publicly thank Lon.
And Lon also has a good line here. He says the Mavic 3 is the loggiest log ever logged.
I'll tell you what, the Air 2S color looks good.
Yeah, the color assist works great.
The preview LUT on the Air 2S is really nice. It looks
almost as good as when you have it in standard color. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for you, Eddie, real quick, because we had a conversation about the DJI FPV drone on my show. Does it support 4:3 format on the DJI FPV drone?
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay, because that's what me and Marcus were talking about. When he puts his goggles on, he has a hard time seeing the whole screen.
Yeah.
Without having to move his eyeballs so much. So if I told him to put it in 4:3, it'll crop it out much, and then you don't have to move your eyes so much.
Right.
So it does.
You get more room in the top and bottom. It's great if you're going through gaps and stuff to use 4x3.
It'll squeeze the sides though, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it makes
I need to try that. Yeah.
It squeezes the sides, Marcus, so you won't have to look so deep on the corners to see any of your telemetry. Everything will be squeezed in, so you can see it all without having to move your eyeball so damn much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give that a shot. That might help.
Yeah,
I'll do it. Thank you.
Going back to the Mavic 3, something I wish that they would enable, which I searched through the features and I couldn't find it, is if they allowed us to assign a C1 or a C2 button to that color assist, so I don't have to go into
That would
the
be cool.
screen, yeah, and dig through and go to camera and hit that slider. If I can just assign it to a radio button, that would be great to turn on and off.
Yeah, that would be.
That's a
that
great
would be.
idea.
Did you check Did you check to see if it was an option?
It's not an option. Yeah, I tried.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more you have to dig through menus to find that type of stuff, the less you're going to wind up using it or whatever, especially if you're running gun or whatever, and you didn't take the shot out ahead of time, knowing you were going to be in a log profile and so on. I agree. The button is inconvenient.
Yeah. But so far, I truly love the Mavic 3. I think if you haven't flown the Mavic 3, then I think it's hard to describe in words the feeling that you get from flying that drone, because it's just so nimble. To me, it feels like a feather in the air. Just its responsiveness. If you have the RC Pro, it's totally different experience from the standard smart controller. So, consumers that have the standard smart controller, they can't compare their experience with the standard smart controller to this new RC Pro, because it is fluid. I mean, you can go through the menu, you can screen record, you can do so many things at the same time, and you don't see that lag or that stutter. I really enjoy the new RC Pro.
It's almost like I have the RC Pro also, and I did my first couple flights on the Mavic 3 firm update with it. But the other day I took the standard controller. I just got to wanted to see how that performed with the new app and new firmware. And you're right, it was a big letdown. When you're flying with that standard controller, you're just thinking, that you think that RC Pro is a lot of money when you buy it, but it sure doesn't seem like a lot of money when you're out in the field using it.
Yeah,
I hear it works great with the Air 2S also.
Yes. Unfortunately, I haven't got to test it yet. Did you, Eddie?
No, I don't own an Air 2S.
Yeah.
The only nuance that I heard is that to switch, it reminds me of the DJI FPV. To switch between the Mavic 3 and the Air 2S and the RC Pro, you have to reinstall firmware on the remote all the time. So you can't have them both simultaneously. So you have to go back and forth, which I don't know why DJI does that. But if you own the DJI FPV and then you own an FPV quad with air units or Cadex Vista, you know the pain, right? Because when you switch from your DJI FPV to like the normal air unit FPV, then you got to go back and bind your FPV, your DJI FPV, and vice versa. It doesn't stay stored.
That
You think it's
sucks.
a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening with the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 on the RC Pro?
Yep, you got to reinstall firmware each time.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it inconvenience. Like if you went on a trip someplace, you took both those drones with you, and you only took the RC Pro with you. Sure, you had one controller to operate both drones, but that that rebonding process is almost somewhat of a deal killer then.
Yeah, I hear it's very quick, but it's just going through the process.
It's another step.
Yes.
So Lon says that you can set the 5-way for the camera settings, and when you hit it, you can toggle between the D-Log and normal. I'm not sure what you want to fly in D-Log without.
Why you'd want to fly in D-Log
without
without
assist.
assist.
Okay, so he's saying always keep it on.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, here's the thing about that Mavic 3. It is the best drone I've ever owned. Period. End of report.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, no, and I mean that from the way it flies, what it brings to the table as far as features, and then of course the most important thing, and that's the video. And I think Lon describes it really well when he talks about that 3D pop. I mean, that it's just so crisp and clear.
It is, man. It's unreal.
And the colors are so, I'm Dr. Automatic, and man, I throw that up and I'm going, wow.
You're Dr. Auto. It's
You ain't the only one.
It's by far the best looking drone I've ever seen in auto mode. It's not even close.
That's why I love my Air 2S so much. Is the auto? It looks freaking fabulous. Yeah. I love it.
And the Explore mode on the Mavic 3, they sharpened it a little bit more, and it looks pretty. It looks a lot better.
You can find cows with it. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they added sharpening and they added denoise, so it denoises it as you go further out.
It'll only get better, guys. It'll only get
But no,
better.
I'm going to echo Eddie and Marcus. I mean, it's by even when all these features weren't added, it was still my favorite drone to take out and do anything with. As far as saying it flies good. I mean, it cuts through the wind like no other drone I've ever owned. So wind and little things that may have kind of prevented you from doing exactly what you wanted to in the air are gone with this drone or whatever. The transmission signal, if you get near an object or something, or you get in a certain, we all know dead spots where we lose signal that aren't that far away. This doesn't have those. It's my go-to. I mean, and I'm not knocking on Autel here, but even if the Autel drones are better at night flying or whatever, I mean, I'm not knocking night flying at all. I love watching people's videos of it. I really don't do that much of it, so that a drone is the best at night flying isn't going to sway me away from the Mavic 3. And the Mavic 3, every time somebody does this videos where I compare them, maybe the Autel looks better, but the Mavic 3 still looks good too. I mean, I don't necessarily need the best night drone of all time. Just having a good drone. Eddie's laughing at me. Sorry.
No. I have Billy texting me. He says if I smile enough, he'll say hello in the chat. So Billy's lurking, so I called him on that.
He's
so I'm smiling for Billy.
He's around. Why doesn't he come on, bro? Send him a
What's
link.
up,
Tell
Billy?
him to come on.
Yeah, send him the link if you want to come on. Eddie,
there is a guy that truly loves drones. I mean, Billy will talk drones with you for hours. I mean, he loves drones.
Well, the freaking dude knows what he's doing.
He does.
Yeah. I saw something he did on social media. I think it was Instagram, where he was pouring bottles of water onto his matrice. Did you see that?
Yeah. I seen it. Yeah.
I'm like, what is he doing? I'm sure
he was at a golf course, right? He was at a golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
nuts.
We're gonna welcome Billy Kai. Welcome in, Billy Kai.
Eddie the Lips Nunez. Gotta love it, bro.
They just won't let you live that down, will they, Eddie?
No, I don't know. I don't even know how that originated.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was one stream.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned it, and then from there it took off.
It just stuck, bro.
Yeah.
That's fun. Waterproof drone, he said. Yeah.
Robert Racing. Hello.
Robert Racing. Well, he's one of my local friends here. We fly FPV together. In fact, Robert Racing was the one that built my first FPV 5-inch.
Really?
He helped me out with that. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in our stream a lot. He comes in Mike's. He comes in mine. I never actually knew who he was. I just know him on YouTube. I didn't know exactly who he was, though, but now I know.
He's local here in New York.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah. Good supporter.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Wedgeworth.
Welcome in, Chris.
Where you been, my man? And we got Ken here from Places Here. He's in the house in Colorado.
Hey.
Yeah. Colorado.
You gotta get back to Chicago soon.
Hey, we need to give our own Sergio a shout out, man. That video he did building that drone, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm not even an FPV guy, and I enjoyed watching that thing go together, man. That was cool.
That was good. He did a good job for his first build. That was really good.
Yeah, that's an in-depth video for sure. I mean, that's a mini Joshua Bardwell.
Yeah.
Those videos usually are the ones that do the best.
Yeah.
Sir, you have to say next time. You have to say, and you're gonna learn something today.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
So Steve Bronx said something about the link. Is he watching? I don't know. He just texted me. He said that send me the link or something. Unless he meant for the link that I got earlier today that everyone got in Messenger. It was a hack.
Dude. Yeah, I know. I opened that shit up and I almost got it too. Anytime you open up and it asks for a Facebook username and password, don't freaking do it.
Don't click it. Yeah.
Mike did it and got hacked, and then now they're sending
Well,
it to our Facebook groups.
Yeah, people,
Yeah,
man, people.
Yeah,
piss
I'd
me
already
off, man.
got it before you said to me, so I knew what it was.
yeah. Tony
Hey.
Tropic UAS sent it.
I was like, huh?
Tell us
What is going on? And then my boy's like, don't open that link. And I'm like, okay. So
Tell us the truth, Michael. You opened up a link for like bikini girls or something like that,
No.
right? And then all of a sudden you got hacked.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
got
wrote
sent
bikini
to
girls
me.
on
It
the
said,
link,
"Look
It
who
says,
died."
And then when you click on the link, it takes you to it shows like Facebook homepage and it asks for your username and password. So stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Probably those Russian satellites sending it.
Hey,
That's
I ordered
unbelievable.
I have my my Cadex Vista unit will be here on Monday for my Nazgul Evoke.
Nice.
So she's going digital.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, he's gonna start putting them all on his quads now.
All of them. One at a time.
yeah,
They're
pretty
expensive little
soon, pretty
bastards.
soon I'm gonna go digital, guys. Pretty
Going all
soon.
digital?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put a new strap on my
Give me some
goggles.
time.
I
Give me
feel
some time.
bad because Ken Dono had the pinup girls on here, but I ended up, you know me, bro. I had to go camo.
Yeah.
Of course, that's your thing. That's your thing, man.
I'm gonna ask Ken if he wants his pinup girls back because I'm not
There
gonna.
you go.
I might keep it as a backup, but I doubt it.
So you could be flying digital at the Florida Drone Meetup, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Greg.
Hopefully by then all of them will be digital. All the quads that I have.
What's up, Greg? Oh, Steven Jones is in the house. What's up, my man? Welcome in.
Lon asked a question about rolling shutter on the Mavic 3. What does that mean? Have you noticed a lack of
haven't
rolling
noticed
shutter?
any. Rolling shutter is how can I explain it? It's when you're recording. It happens in video, and it's when the frames are not catching up the speed of the subject, so you get distortion. So like a perfect example is like a baseball, right? If you film a baseball being thrown from the pitcher to the batter, then original dope was in the house. If you have
What's up, Ken?
If you have a
What's
baseball,
up, dog?
then the ball won't be round.
Hey, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta do something for Ken.
In a minute.
So stupid.
Well, he's eating the mic like Paul.
He's eating the mic.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm not much of a camera guy. So
if a camera doesn't have rolling shutter, it's a good thing. I haven't noticed on the Mavic 3 any rolling shutter, and I think Lon was mentioning it has not.
Yeah.
got it. Interesting.
If you do get slate rolling shutter, most editors like Final Cut Premiere Pro have software in there to correct it a little bit.
Yeah.
What Billy is trying to stir it up, man.
They all are.
Yeah.
Not only flies Autel. Oh, those
All of
fighting
them.
words, huh?
Look at them.
Them fighting words.
They're all starting shit.
Lon is biased.
On his
Oh,
bias.
dude.
Soon they'll be calling him a fanboy.
Well, if I understand it correctly, Lon told me that Ken Dono made this little guy right here.
Yeah, he did.
Oh. So
He
you
did.
get kind of a hand-me-down then, huh? Or-
It's fine with me.
Anybody
No
here
one-
looking to possibly buy the Light Plus?
No one eats it like Paul.
If
Nah, probably not.
if I could return that Nano Plus, yeah, I would consider a Light Plus. Consider it. I'm not saying I would, but yeah.
I mean, it looks like a great drone. I would think about it, but I think I'm kind of waiting to see what that Mini 3 has to offer, Matty.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Just for that, Billy, I'll bring my original Hubson Xeno to Florida and let you guys fly it.
I thought you were going to say, now fly those guys.
I'll bring mine and I'll let one of them fly it right into the fucking lake. I don't care. I don't care. They can take it wherever they want.
DD's in the house.
Yeah, that was too far. The
Too
power.
far. Lon went too far.
Yeah.
Sergio's wife is in the house, guys. Be careful
Man,
what you say.
Be careful what you say. No more
boss.
mention about bikini girls.
I still have it, bro.
Did you see what?
For
Did you see what
3
Ken
years, I
said?
haven't flown it.
Billy had the Mini 3 since
2016.
2016.
Well, screw this show, bro. I'll just sit back and watch the chat.
Yeah,
Billy's
yeah,
watching the-
yeah,
Billy's
Oh,
watching
shit,
the
right?
video.
yeah.
Oh shit!
And then, of
Yeah,
course,
well-
Lon goes sexual. He's got to go sexual.
Yeah.
Ken
Lon
Huxton's,
is
stuck
so
up his
wonderful.
ass. These fucking guys. I'll tell you what, these guys are fucking sick. I'm sorry. Ah,
Maddie, luckily it's getting late at night, huh?
oh boy. I don't care. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Look,
It's not your channel, right, Maddie?
Nope.
Uh,
It happens on mine too, though, so I don't care.
yeah.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome
Hey,
in
you
to
be
my
too
wife,
quiet there, buddy.
Dee.
Eddie, you're quiet. Bill says.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to stir anything, then maybe if Billy allows me to, I can maybe share just a little about the new DJI FPV that he's testing out,
Yeah.
Oh.
and then maybe Bill, maybe then I can start speaking.
Now we're stirring shit.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I don't have any insights.
Yeah, so probably what it is the new DJI FPV drone is the Mini 3.
Hey.
Hey, thanks, Ken. Thanks for the $4.99, dude. Lon licks props.
Lon licks props.
Lon licks props.
Ah.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Johnny Drone Flyer's here.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny
Johnny's
said-
been flying that Nano Plus.
He sure has.
Yeah, he likes it. He's liking it. Yeah.
Yeah, his is doing good so far. But unfortunately, I think it was that was a flop.
I think the
I
price
guess.
point,
Dude,
the price point. Everyone's been speaking about the same.
$950. Come
Yeah.
on. And it doesn't work.
Yeah,
$950 and it doesn't work. I mean, if it worked, that'd be something different because the video quality is actually really nice. But I mean,
Love you too,
shit,
Ken.
man.
the
Come
light. I'm interested in getting the light. I'm hearing a lot of great things. I've never flown an Autel drone. I've never owned a Autel drone.
Oh,
Me neither.
God.
Me neither.
I did. I had
Yeah.
the Autel X-Star Premium, and what an experience.
Yeah, the light has caught my eye. There's just two things that I want from it. It's D-Log, and I hope that if they add D-Log, there's a way to enable 10-bit color.
Mhm.
I don't think you should have D-Log with 8-bit in 2022. It's just when you try to push the colors around, you'll start to see the image fall apart. If they can figure out these two things, then I'll probably pick up a light.
Lon, thanks for the $4.99. Ken licks rotten
Eli.
cabbages.
Keep on it. Look at that.
Eddie makes a couple great points there. At the price
This is
point
awesome.
that Light Plus is, it's kind of unacceptable in 2022 that it doesn't have the log and the 10-bit color, again, at this price point.
Yeah, price dependent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something you think they're going to come out with? You think that's something they can add to it?
To log? Yeah, they can add log. That's like a firmware update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder why they sent it out without it in the first place.
It might be like processing power on the processor. So let's see.
I don't know, man.
Don't
Hey,
have
no,
to-
If anybody wants,
all I can tell you is Autel engineers got a lot of fixing to do over there.
Yeah, no crap.
Those guys are gonna have a busy year over at Autel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got some
but
work.
my experience was, Eddie, it was this Nano Plus was my first Autel drone. I've always heard about Autels. Ron has the Evo 2.
Bro.
So I was kind of excited to try one out, and the Nano Plus has been a disappointment. I didn't expect it to be 100% perfect, but there's so much going on with that little guy, and especially at that price point, it's just disappointing. That's all I can say. And like you, I wish I'd have bought the Light Plus.
Yeah, but I think it's like Ken makes a valid point. We're trying to cram too much technology into a sub
Small
249 gram
drone.
drone.
Exactly.
It's just too much. you know, and it's gonna feel cheap, right? Because you have to make it out of light materials. So, like when I'm buying something, like I want to feel the quality as well, and I don't think there is a need for us in the U.S. yet to really, dive into those type of drones. Like let's appreciate, the bigger drones with all the great increase in technology that we're seeing.
Totally agree.
Agreed.
I agree 100%. Yeah. Look at the Hudson Zeno. People are saying it overheats a lot because they put too much in that thing.
Well, it doesn't have a fan either.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard the fan is very noisy on the Nano. Is that correct, Marcus?
It whistles pretty good. Yeah, but I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah,
I mean, when it's out there flying around, what do you care?
Yeah, you're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear it in the first place anyway.
Well, just making the point that there's a lot going on there, and it's a good thing they have that cooling going on because it would run hot otherwise.
That's true. Billy made a good point about the light, that it's really expensive as well. So I'm trying to remember, what is the base package of the light? It's what,
I believe it's like $11.99 maybe, or $12.99 for the Light Plus basic package.
Is it $12.50? So okay. So it's $900 cheaper than a Mavic 3. I was just going to say it almost,
that's a valid point. I mean, then you have to compare: do you get a light or an Air 2S? Right?
Yeah.
So Place It Here says, how much is the Mini 3 going to be, and when, and will there be a Mini 3? My guess
on that one,
$699. My guess.
Lauren Donner said what, $649?
$649 is what Lauren's been saying. Yeah.
All right, I was close.
Yeah.
Billy says $599. Billy Kyle just texted me.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm messing.
We're writing all these down, and the winner gets a free T-shirt.
That's right. Oh, and speaking about giveaways, we're gonna do some sticker giveaways before we end the show real quick too. So
good.
The chat, your chat is wild today.
I know.
What is going on with your chat?
Lon says the light is $13.50.
$13.50. So yeah. So what's $21.50? So you're $800 difference from the base package of the Mavic 3.
But of course the Mavic 3 is a Micro Four Thirds sensor, and the Light Plus is only a 1-inch sensor.
Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of the point.
You're paying a premium for that bigger camera sensor on the Mavic 3.
Yeah.
And of course, Eddie brought up a good point about the Air 2S. Right now, the Air 2S, actually out of the box, the Air 2S had log and 10-bit color. And you know what the Air 2S has that even the Mavic 3 doesn't have? It has the HLG format for HDR video. Even the Mavic 3 doesn't have that yet. And I haven't heard any mention of the Autel drones having that. Marcus, do you know if the Nano has the HLG color?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
Yeah, only the Air 2S could do true
What's up?
HDR then.
What's up, Ken?
Welcome to sunny Florida here.
How'd I get here?
What's up, Ken?
Hell if I know.
What's up, man?
What's up, my compadre?
We have these ways, man. We have these back doors.
Ken's got a beefier hoodie on than I do.
It's cold, man. It's cold here.
Told you. It's getting colder down here.
Really?
Wild, yeah.
We better move the Florida drone me up to a warmer climate.
Shit.
Yeah.
Let's move it to Dominican Republic.
Yeah, the mangoes, man. The mangoes.
There you go.
Go for some mangoes.
Yeah, we can eat some mangoes while we fly.
Oh boy.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's probably not the mangoes you guys are expecting.
Okay. Okay. We'll leave that alone now.
What's happening, man?
Not much, man. Trying to crank out some last minute work.
In the studio tonight.
Yeah. We got a print. We got shit. Probably 40, 50 freaking orders still we're trying to get cranked out, man.
Nice.
For the slim stick? Oh,
Yeah, I'm probably have more. We probably have more mounts out there than Autel has sold drones.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, there's no way there's like 50 of these things in the wild. There's just mathematically, I don't think it's possible. I don't think they've even shipped that many. So
Is it true that the slim stick also cures the jello in the Nano video?
No, it does nothing for that.
Okay.
It does make you feel good about never losing your stick again, and who doesn't like to put their stick in a slot? So I mean, there's that.
Yeah,
well, we know you guys do with the new kids.
Yeah, well, absolutely. What do you got there, Marcus?
Freewell has ND filters for the Nano.
They messaged me about it, but I don't want to review any more ND filters because ND filter is a fucking ND filter. Any way you slice it, and I'm just so tired. And they message are like, hey, you want to, and then they expect to do a video, and then they just constantly harass you about that video that you didn't agree to do just because they send you stuff. So I'm just like, nope, no more.
Yeah.
Move at my own speed. Plus, too, that gimbal has so many problems as it is. I'd hate to put anything on there.
Well, so that's what I was going to ask you, Ken. This is a serious question. I'm wondering if would the extra weight of the filter help with the jello?
I don't think it will, and I don't think it's that. I think the motor just like has some binding issues. I think it's in the motor because something I've heard, like at least on my light, I hear like if I pick up the light and turn it left to right, I'll actually, you can hear the motor, like it has like this whining sound
in the gimbal.
And I've never heard that out of the Mavic 3, but I hear it out of the light. It doesn't seem to affect the light, but on the Nano, if you move it left to right, the thing goes sort of crazy, right? Yeah. And they're saying that it's a software issue. And they actually asked me for my Nano version that I did. Mind you, they didn't give me that Nano version. I bought it from Autel Pilots because that was the only way to get it into the country.
Right.
And I bought it from them, and they asked it for it back because they want to see if there's issues with the previous versions. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And I'll tell you how I know, because I have right sitting there I have another Nano that was sent to me from a different distributor, because they were waiting for their stock to arrive. So I know this is a whole different batch right here. This is an orange one. I haven't gotten a chance to unbox it or look at it yet, but I'm going to test that out tomorrow to see if it actually improves, or I don't think it will. I think there's hardware issues though. I really do.
I'm curious to see that new batch run. And if there's something wrong with it, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, I really think that there is a problem hardware wise with these drones, and they're just not, I don't think they're being like really truly like truthful about it.
Transparent. Sure.
But I mean, that's just
sucks.
what I've seen.
What a shame.
And it's just really expensive. It's expensive, like for what you get quality wise. Like I know people are like claiming it's like quality of the Air 2S. It is not Air 2S quality. It is not like I don't give a shit what Dutch asshole claims. I don't care. Like it is not the same quality, and if anybody is telling you that it's the same quality, they're absolutely full of shit, and there's probably an affiliate link attached. So like that's just my end all be all, because like the Air 2S, you can fly, you can throw it in auto and you'll get amazing footage out of it, right? It looks amazing. This is so inconsistent. Like there's times where like, wow, it looks great, it surprises you, but there's often times where it does not look good. So
that's the thing. It has moments of brilliance.
Moments of brilliance, yeah. Moments of brilliance. But that's the problem, is when you buy a drone, do you pay for the moments, or do you pay for the consistency?
Consistency. And the Air 2S was, I would have said before the Mavic 3, was the all-time best drone that I had ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Mavic 3 came along, and that is the one that usurped it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird though how Autel can make two totally different drones. Like the Light, an amazing product. Like they did a great job, and they've talked about, like, I've talked to Max about phase 2. Phase 2 is going to bring the log profiles. They swear up and down that this drone is capable of shooting 10-bit. It has the processor, it has the capability to do so. So it's going to be whether or not they actually bring it. I think they need to, because this doesn't cannibalize the Evo 2 lineup, like the Evo 2 Pro line. I think is sort of dead. Like I think people are over that lineup, right? Like they're done with that drone. So it doesn't cannibalize. It doesn't cannibalize that lineup. So they need to bring those like sort of pro features to the Light series, I think. But the Nano, that thing, I'm over it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
Yep,
A
I
lot
agree.
of people are.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It really is sad. I was really hoping that would be awesome, but I think now it's like, yeah, you just wait until what is it, the Mavic 3 or Mavic or Mini 3
Mini
launches.
3.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
the same thing I've been telling people. Wait.
When that Mini 3 comes out, the Nano will be absolutely forgotten.
Yep.
What do you say, Mark? Is it suck the air out of the room when the Mini 3 comes out?
Suck all
It'll
the air
be
right out of the
absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah, I really think that's the case. And, I never say that, but I look at like the damage control Autel's doing surrounding the Nano, and it's like, I think they know something's up with it, because like you never see them like really like pay attention or really care. They never really care. And now all of a sudden, like, they care about stuff. They care what people are saying, which, I mean, think about every release prior. Have they ever like confronted anybody or confronted an influencer about anything they've said? I mean, look at the shit that is happening with Chris, QC guy.
Yeah.
He's sort of going after them. Yeah, he's going after them. But in old Autel world, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't say anything. They would ignore it, and they're not ignoring it. So that tells me something's up.
Yeah.
They're almost like afraid. They're almost afraid that they
got caught.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're afraid they got caught with their pants down on this one.
Yep.
Here's the thing that gets me. Did nobody fly the drone before they started shipping them?
That's the biggest question. Is didn't they test these damn things before
Yeah.
they put them in the box?
I don't know what their quality control situation is like, though. I wonder that myself. Like, who is responsible for flying this before you guys box this up for consumers?
Yep.
Really is peculiar, to say the least.
Mm.
And it's
Shame.
interesting that there was no unit
Can we
sent
pause
out
this
to influencers.
What?
I want to congratulate Ken Dono, the newborn baby. Congrats.
Oh, I didn't do anything. My wife, she pushed it out of her vagina. I was just there for moral support. You're welcome.
You just argued over the bill, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, you have it if you have a baby and you have a baby in the emergency room, you shouldn't have to pay full price. I firmly stand behind that.
I
Totally agree.
A discount.
I
It was
agree.
discount. It was a discount birth. She was mortified that I would even suggest such a thing right directly after. But
Did you?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to. You got to at least try.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's funny.
Didn't work out. Next time.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Sticker giveaway.
Time for stickers.
Time.
Let them rip.
Yep, we got stickers. So if you guys want to do a quick pick on the numbers 1 through 60, and we'll do it real quick.
Maddie was
And,
first.
I'll
That's
put.
'cause I'm
Hold on, guys.
invested.
Let me put in the chat. Hold on. In the private chat for you guys.
Oh,
So you guys know.
I'm sorry. What is happening at this moment?
We're doing the sticker giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Giving away stickers.
Billy Kyle dropped his favorite number. So he didn't read the directions.
What number did he drop, Edward?
69.
He's such a champ. There's sometimes
I
that
have
boy
to
just
go
makes me
back.
so proud, dude. So proud.
When my dad turned 69, he called me up. This is no joke. He called me up that morning and he said, "Hey, son, I just turned my favorite number."
Really?
Hey, that dude Hal 9000 zigzag got it.
Matt got it.
Wow. How
No.
fast, man? How fast?
Hal got it first.
Congratulations, Matt.
Who got it first?
Yeah,
Hal
congrats.
9000.
Oh, not Matt?
Oh, they actually did. I see it. All right, cool. He got it. All right,
Yeah.
you got the stickers, bro. I'll send you 2 of these.
Oh, okay.
And
All
that
right.
shit out.
Oh, what do you got? What do you got in the works, Ken? Coming out.
Nothing for YouTube. Not right away. Anyways, I'm working on some things, but nothing. Not mostly real estate stuff. So
Oh, okay.
nothing for YouTube right now. It's hard to crank content out. You want to fly you have all these different drones. You want to fly them all, and it's like it's hard to fly. It's hard to test everything. Like the Mavic 3, I've been testing that latest update out, just trying to make sure it solves some of my issues. And for the most part, I think it's solved like 2 out of 3. But I don't think there's anything we're going to be able to do about the GPS on that. I really don't. I think the GPS is what it is, but no horizon tilt, no disconnects. So that's, I guess, a win. And it is cool that they added that D-Log preview, but damn, is it still flatter than shit, though?
Yeah, that's what Eddie was talking
Ron
about.
called it the loggiest log.
It's the loggiest log, he says. That's what he tells me every single time. I mean, it is pretty like flat. Like the D-Log preview LUT is cool, but you got to like really like have it at like almost even exposure. You can't have it overexposed for it to even look like it's actually doing anything, which sort of defeats the purpose. But maybe that's the way they intend you to expose that. I don't know.
So what, like, you know, like a tool like the histogram is your friend there that makes sure the exposure is what you want it to be?
With the Mavic 2 Pro, I used to aim for like a stop and a half overexposed. And sometimes with the Mavic 2 Pro, I can be like, you know, almost 2 stops over and still recover it. But with the Mavic 3 footage, I noticed if I go like a stop and a half over, almost 2 stops, there's no bringing it back. It's dead. It's gone. So,
yeah,
which
I noticed
sort of
that
sucks. But you can underexpose the footage. You can underexpose the Mavic 3 footage and bring it back, but it doesn't like overexposing. So it's like the polar opposite of the Air 2S and the Mavic or the Mavic 2 Pro.
That's important information. Yeah, I have only shot live once, and I believe I did what you just said. I think I kind of overexposed a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everybody's natural first thought is to overexpose, and then when you do, it's like, but there's just no recovery, which is the worst thing about it. Marcus, what software do you edit on?
It's called Magic's Movie Edit Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, it was originally, my understanding is it is a descendant of that Sony Vega software.
Okay.
Oh, the Sony Vega, yeah.
But we're about to move Marcus over to the Final Cut Pro.
I really want to move over
to his
Final
editing
Cut.
rig right now.
Right.
I was having an issue with the Nano footage where I would bring Nano footage into Premiere Pro, and it would tell me that it was not supported.
Oh.
It would say not supported.
Hmm.
And the only way I can get it to work was transcode it. And that was the only way I can get the Mavic, the Nano footage to work.
So listen, this is a technical thing that I may not understand. So when you put that drone in 30 frames per second, it is truly 30 frames per second. It's not
Correct.
the 29 point.
I looked. It's actually truly 30 frames, which I don't know why they thought like nobody shoots that though.
Yeah, that was my question too. And so I can set I can set this Magic's Movie Edit Pro to do that.
Right.
But what I noticed is on the output, it'll come out really squirrely sometimes. I have to go in there and tweak it to get it to render correctly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I noticed like a lot of editors don't really like True 30 because like that's not what you find on TV. That's not what like we're streaming right now. This is probably not 30 frames per second. This is probably 29.98 if I had to guess. That's the way it works. But you know, they did the same thing on the Evo 2 Pro. They did the same thing. 24 frames per second was actually 24 frames per second, and 60 frames per second was actually 60 frames per second. It wasn't 59 whatever. So you know, they've done this the past 2 releases though. Autel has. So I don't know why that is though. You would think they would fix that, but they haven't. So here we are. But yeah, sort of weird. They keep they're a creature of their own mistakes though. They keep doing the same thing over and over though, expecting different results.
Yeah.
Hey, so same with the Light Plus, Ken. Maybe you said that, but I missed it.
What's that?
With the frame rate.
Yeah, same thing. And there's no 24 frames per second because the other night we were out shooting at dark, and I said, well, let me. I'm gonna make this video all in 24 frames per second because I want to try to get the maximum, reach out of the sensor at night. And I'm like, why would they not include 24 frames per second? Like, there's a lot of people that still shoot that. Yeah, of course I can transcode 30 at 20 to 24, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to get light into the sensor, and you couldn't do that. Makes no sense. Such a dumb thing for them to do, and that's why I can't really use it for like, you know, professional shoots. I mean, unless I'm shooting like today, I could have maybe, but it wouldn't have matched any of the footage because there's no log footage.
Hey Ken, you think DJI will put the RYYB in the Mini 3? What do you think?
I don't know if they will, because it seems like DJI prides color accuracy, and one of the things with the RYYB sensors is the fact is that they're not as accurate as far as color. They're better in low light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their color accuracy is not the same as, like, if you look at the Mini, you put the Mini on a color chart and you put the Nano on a color chart, I guarantee you the Mini is going to be a lot more color accurate than the Nano, just because there's more that yellowish hue. It's not balanced.
Yeah. Well, plus it's probably licensed, right? It's a Leica / Huawei deal, so I'm sure that they pay a license for it. I'd be willing to bet.
Yeah, I mean, people keep saying it's Huawei. It's Leica more than Huawei. Leica's the one that developed this sensor, and Leica is just like Sony. They're going to license that out. So, I mean, anybody can use it. Huawei had a proprietary thing on it because they were the first to put it in their cameras for the low light. But, I mean, honestly, anybody I think is going to use it. And it's probably something that, you know, has been out for a long time, and there'll be somebody, Sony, I'm sure, will come out with something similar. Fuji has something similar, like their X-Trans sensors. They do something similar with the array, how they have their filter array. It's very, very similar. So it's not anything new, I don't think.
Gotcha.
But they all have to make something proprietary.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, just the tout, hey, it's this blah 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 sensor. But I mean, honestly, what good's the sensor? What good's the low light if the damn thing has if you can't trust it, for one? I don't trust that. I don't trust it at night. I was gonna take it out to Tampa and, you know, fly and do all this stuff with it, but like I just don't trust it. You know, the speed situation is a big you know, red flag for me.
Well, especially in any kind of wind, you worry about whether you're going to get it back.
Yeah.
And then I've had on a couple of different occasions, we were talking about this earlier, I've had it actually stop writing to the SD card. The app still shows it as recording, and it's typically after you zoom, and then you go back to one by, and it looks like it's still recording, but it doesn't write anything to the SD card.
My first experience, and I didn't talk about that in the video that I did, but the second experience after I updated it from the first firmware update, after I took it out of the box, was I went out by the water and I had everything updated. And I said, I'm going to take it out, fly it, because it was a nice sunny day. It was perfect to see the dynamic range. And I launched it, and I was putting it into 4K 30. And as soon as I went into the settings, the drone disconnected from the app and the RC. And I was like, crap, what the hell? So I, you know, do what anybody does. I killed the app, relaunched the app, drone wasn't reconnecting. And I'm trying to control it, and I'm realizing, well, wait a second, the RC is no longer connected to the drone. I'm like, fuck, this thing is hovering above me, and I'm on like this roadway where there's water on either side, and it's just sitting there hovering. So I'm like, what the hell do I do? I'm like, freaking. So I turned the RC off, thinking it would trigger it to return to home, and it still sat there. So I called QC guy and I said, hey, you ever had this? He goes, oh yeah, I've had it. Did you go into the settings? And he said, yeah. And I said, yeah, it disconnected. He says, well, leave the RC off for a while, and a lot of times it'll trigger the RTH. Dude, I must have sat there for 30 minutes before this thing finally realized it was running out of battery, and then it landed. But if I was out over the water, that would have sucked.
Oh yeah.
So that was enough for me not to trust it.
Yeah.
That was definitely enough for me.
Damn.
So that's definitely a problem. They gotta fix that like soon. They gotta fix
John
that.
In air photography just barely got his back. He had it out in a windy condition, and it didn't have enough power to fly back to him.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, like, you'll notice the inconsistency in the speed, and the speeds are like really, really fluctuating quite badly. Like if you watch it, and I don't even know if what I'm reading on the screen is truly accurate, because it looks like it's moving at a snail's pace half the time. I guess it's okay. I guess it's right. I don't really know. But it's definitely, it moves very, very slow, very, very slow, which sort of sucks. Really sucks. So not really thrilled with it. I'm probably, I'll test this other one out. If this one does the same thing, I'm just going to be like, yo, it's that's two. I just can't believe, like, I'll stick with them for the firmware updates. But if I'm going to be critical on DJI, I'm going to be just as critical on this thing, because I would say this is the most expensive little micro drone on the market today.
So Chad B says it feels like you're flying a kite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, thing is all over the place.
Yeah.
Just absolutely all over the place, which is just a shame for the price that this thing is. So it's unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Right. You're right.
And the thing with so many people looking forward to this drone coming out, there was like, really a lot of people, couldn't wait to get their hands on this thing too. So that
but you almost wonder why. Like, why were they waiting? Is it because they're not happy with the Mini 2? What is? I would love to know what their
Ken,
why is.
I think they wanted Air 2S video quality on the size drone of a Mini 2. That's what they wanted.
But the Air 2S isn't that big.
The Air 2S is not that big, and it's like, if you're in the United States, it just doesn't make sense. Like,
doesn't matter. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Just pay your $5, and then you can have a better experience. And it's just like, I guess I never understood the Mini craze, like, because it doesn't exempt you from flying over people. You still can't fly over people with it. There's still a lot of things you can't do, and that's, I think, the biggest misconception that so many have when it comes to the Mini. Like,
before you got on, we had a discussion. I think the Mini craze in the US wasn't the 250 grams, it was the price point. People love that, like,
you're right, Ron.
$450 price point was the driver of the Mini 1 and the Mini 2, more so than the weight in the US.
Now we're past that. We're past that because COVID and shortages have ruined the price hike. We're now, like, it's almost like they're training consumers to be numb towards this more expensive bracket of products. They're telling you, like, we see it in gas prices, we see it in consumer electronics. They're saying, hey, this is the new bar. We see it in real estate. They're saying this is the new bar,
the new normal.
The new normal. Get used to it.
Yeah.
So,
and go to the grocery store and you'll see it too, Ken.
Yeah, it's a shit show, man. So, and it's really, really unfortunate, though. It really is truly unfortunate that it's got to be like that. But I mean,
I had that night they announced the Mavic 3. I had that sticker shock for about 30 seconds, and then I hit the damn button anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still thinking, like, to myself, I've got that unit back there. It's $949. Now, that one was giving to me, but it doesn't make up for the fact that we paid $949 for this other unit and it's not functioning. And then to top it all off, Autel wants it back, and they're not really saying, like, they see, what I didn't like was they wanted me to ship it to them without any indication of return shipping. So I called their bluff. I said, well, I'll ship this, but you ship yours first. You ship yours first, and I want tracking first. And then it was, oh, well, it's going to take a couple of days. Oh, okay, I see. You just wanted to get this out of my hand. Well, joke's on you, fuck. I have a whole new one over here. So, not going very far. But that's what they're doing. They want to replace these, and they're gonna slow bolt you because they don't want that negative publicity. That's really what they're doing.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
So I'm surprised they have, it's like almost like how X Dynamics did with everybody. They didn't like what we were saying, so what did they do? Let's take those units back. They can't say anything if they don't have them in their hands, right? So that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
it's shady practices.
It is shady.
So which sucks.
Shady.
I mean, I like Autel, but they need to get their shit together.
Well, we've all felt like it's in all of our best interest for Autel to do well, right? We would all love to have another first line competitor for DJI, tier 1 competitor, but they're not as it stands.
Yeah, they're just they don't know. like they don't know what they're doing, like from a marketing perspective, from dealing with like obviously dealing with influencers, getting a product out on time. You know, it's like everybody who's gotten units from Autel, unless like there's one pilot I know that literally is like, hey, you're going to give me a unit. You're going to give me a unit. And they did, but it was a face-to-face thing. Everybody else, Adorama has been the liaison to put that product in their hand to let them test it. It was almost like they did not want anybody to actually review it or test it unless if they were buying it, which is a silly thing to do because you would think like naturally you would get a much more favorable review from somebody who is not paying for it, right? Because it's that unconscious bias that would make you believe that, hey, you know what, this is not that bad, but it's because you didn't pay for it. But the minute you pay for it, you've got this bitter taste in your mouth when it doesn't perform as expected. And that's how I felt. I was like, oh, I was pissed because I was just like, I spent 3 weeks just back and forth, and I was just like, this sucks. This thing sucks. But the light, I've literally not had one complaint. Not one complaint.
The flight characteristics are better.
Ken, do you think them trying to launch two drones of this kind of quality and price at the same time may have been too much for that size company?
Them just thinking about launching a drone is too much for them. They about hemorrhaged just announcing the Nano. Like that was a big ordeal. Like them making graphics is almost too much. Like, I mean, they can't handle their own bandwidth that they create. That's the biggest problem. They can't handle their own bandwidth. I mean, you know, and it's sad because like you'll talk to Max. He's a nice kid. He's nice, but he's at the mercy of his father's business, and you know the partnerships they created overseas, right? They created these partnerships with other vendors.
So he has even though his father owns the business, he has limited influence.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But that's unfortunately how those businesses operate.
Yeah.
So did you guys hear that they banned the DJI in Dubai? That's true, right?
I think they banned all drones in Dubai.
Drones.
All of them.
Not just DJI.
Okay, so all drones. Gotcha.
Yeah, they banned them all.
No more flying the Burj Khalifa.
That sucks.
Well, I mean,
those people out
you know,
there.
after you're in the Middle East, they have these suicide bombers. Drones are a very suitable mean of delivery, essentially, for a bomb. I mean, that's honestly not shocking that they did do that.
Right. It could be for other reasons too. I mean, I think Dubai has some human rights issues. I'm sure that the government's using the drones to keep their people silent too. So probably a bigger issue.
Right.
Terrorism is a easy scapegoat for outlawing things.
Yeah, I think it's more like with how much tourism they had. They have a lot of tourism there, and they were trying to contain a lot of that. I don't think necessarily it's silencing. I really do just believe they have so much happening as far as tourism goes. It's when you think of the Middle East, like if you're going to go somewhere in the Middle East, that's where you're going to go. Like that's the most commercialized place to go.
Yeah.
So Ken, there's the Kenny that we keep writing in your chats. Kenny, and you're like, stop calling me fucking Kenny.
Yeah, remember that? You remember that? Remember that? That's Ken Hoffbauer. Remember in your live stream a few weeks ago, we were all writing Kenny in there, and
Kenny. I lost my shit.
Yeah, you said stop fucking calling me Kenny. That's who we're talking about, right? Okay. That's who we were calling Kenny right there.
That's Kenny.
Well, that makes good sense now.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm stepping out.
Kenny in your chat, you know why?
Yeah. Kenny, you're late to the party, bro. You're late to the party, man. We're about to end it. In the background. Yeah.
No worries.
Well, it's good to hear. It's
How's
good
the
to see
weather
you.
out there,
For stopping
it's
by.
How's the weather out
I'm
there?
not used to cold weather.
Yeah, shit.
You're a Florida boy. Yeah, that's why.
It's
cold in Florida too, so
it's supposed to be 32 degrees down here in Fort Lauderdale tomorrow morning.
No, y'all are getting some cold weather in Florida.
Stupid.
Have you met with Lee yet?
No, not yet. I've been way too busy. So hopefully in the next week or so, I'm going to give him a call.
Hey, I got to run, guys.
Yeah, hey, I'm going to bounce out with Marcus. Thanks, Michael and Sergio, for having me and Marcus on tonight. Appreciate it. Great hanging out with you guys tonight. And
It was a
I hope
pleasure.
the Florida guys warm up, and you know, and the rest of us are going to get stay cold.
What
Yep.
Ron
Hey,
said.
thanks for stopping in.
Stopping by, man.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Later.
Peace out, guys.
Later.
All right, guys. So it's that time. It's 10:01. We went 2 hours. So no, did we go 2 hours?
Let's do one more sticker giveaway, brother.
1 hour and 30 minutes you did.
One more.
Okay. All right, let's do one more sticker giveaway. All right. Pick a number between 1 and 90. And I'll put it in the private chat real quick. Man, Ken just popped out. He just left. Oh, he thought we were
Well, they were all leaving.
Yeah.
They're
All right,
all
cool. Here. 1, 2. Did I say 1 to 80? All right.
90.
I'll
You
put,
said 90.
oh, 1 to 90. All right, I'll put it in the private chat. Okay. You guys see it?
Not
You guys
yet.
know?
Max, I don't think 420 counts.
Yeah, I
for
see it.
silver.
I see it.
All right, let's see.
All right.
Once again, Billy says 69.
Yeah, I was gonna say Billy's still here watching.
Lurking still, huh?
Yeah.
Not
I
yet.
think he does
No
that
one
in a
yet.
lot of shows.
No
He
one
lurks.
yet.
Don't say nothing.
Yeah, Sergio, Mikey, I do not envy you guys being in Chicago with all the cold weather since I've been out here. I respect it. It's cold.
It sucks. Eddie too. Eddie lives in New York, man. It's
Yeah.
cold there too.
Hold up here. Where are you, Kenny? Where are you located?
I'm currently staying in Colorado. I live in Florida, and I
Okay.
don't know how to drive in snow, so I'm literally waiting for the streets to dry out so I can get to the grocery store, get me some groceries, and get back to my hotel room.
Crazy.
Walk.
Right? It's a mile, so it's not too bad.
It's fun to drive in snow. Once you
Hey,
get the hang of it.
I did test out the brakes. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, are you guys serious? Not getting this number?
We're close with the numbers, guys.
You're very close. Very close. By 2.
We have 2 feet of snow coming tomorrow to New York.
Oh God.
We're getting 2 feet of snow, yeah. A blizzard conditions.
Yeah, I can't wait till it warms up.
And while we wait for that number to pop up, guys, if you want to get your 107, you guys know where to go. Make sure you guys go to who? Pilot Institute. Here we go. Go to this channel. This website and check it out.
Oh, we're close. We're behind one.
Got the best course.
Bob Casey just got it.
Bob,
Casey,
brother Bob.
congratulations.
10?
Bob, that's so funny. You just won that. You know,
Brother Bob, you get the stickers, my man. You know where to send your address. So just make sure you send it to my email, okay? I had it up here earlier, but I'll put it up here again so you guys know. All right, right here. Flyzone Drones. Flyzone Drone, not drones. Flyzone Drone Quads at gmail.com. So that should do it, guys. And hey, look out for next week. Next week, Friday, we have 2 special, wonderful couples. And they are Tammy Jean and Max Air 420 will be joining the stream next Friday. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, buddy.
Guys, thanks for being on the show. Ken,
Take care.
Eddie, Maddie, my co-host. Thank you, guys.
You got it.
All right, peace.
Good night,
Peace.
guys.
Good night.
Good night.